A Florida judge used a virtual reality headset to fully understand the point of view of the defense. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a Florida judge using a virtual reality or VR headset that appeared to be the Meta Quest 1 to fully understand the point of view of the defense. Now, I've not gotten into the video 100% yet. I don't know all the details, but I can tell you how it's going to go. All right, prosecution, you guys want to say my client did this, that, and the third? Well, judge, what would you do if you were in my client's shoes? He had to do what he did to be able to defend himself, to be able to defend others, or whatever the case is. Hey, put yourself in the shoes of my client. Now, I have a Meta Quest 1, and it's real, pretty much. I mean, when you're in it, your senses are crazy because your brain is thinking that you're in outer space or you're in the cold. It's really hard to explain. I'll put it to you this way. There's one game on the headset. I've not even used it or played that particular game, but there's one game where you're like, when you put it on, you're on the edge of a tall building, like on the balcony. You can like walk a plank and fall. And it makes it feel like you're going to fall, although you're just sitting right there. You're not sitting. You're in your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom, standing on the ground. You're not in danger of falling off an 18-story building, but you feel that way in the VR. So if the judge has it on, he's able to really get a firsthand view of what took place and why the defense's client may have done what he did. Now, before I go any further, let's get into the actual news clip. Of course, I will link to this in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
A stand your ground case like you have never seen before.
The defense turning to virtual reality to show the judge what they really claim happened. Local 10's Christina Vasquez live in Fort Lauderdale with this exclusive. Christina.
It is immersive and all from the view of a defense expert, and what the defense attorney in this case is calling a first in any courtroom anywhere in the state of Florida. A judge today did admitted into evidence a virtual reality experience as part of this stand your ground hearing.
This is when he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
At a stand your ground hearing Tuesday,
Nobody backs off.
a Broward judge peered through a virtual reality headset.
That is totally crazy. To see that on the bench is out of this world. I never in all my days thought that I would see this. And I was a big geek nerd, all of that growing up. I used to love this kind of stuff. Back in the day, I'd go to the arcade when they had they had a Nintendo Virtual Boy, if you guys remember that. And it was similar to this. I think I might have put it on one time in the store. I never thought that it would get to this level, nor did I think I'd be looking at a judge using that to determine someone's guilt or innocence, or maybe sentence.
These people are coming into his space, right?
And he's backing up. So as not to be injured like his wife.
For an immersive experience, an artist designed to illustrate this defense expert's opinion.
As we back up and are being approached, and it's like a chest-to-chest encounter, no matter where you look.
That based on his review of depositions, a site visit, and sworn witness statements to police.
Now this is where the vase was broken from the chair that had been thrown previous.
This is actually a photograph from one of the videos, right?
Yes, that's correct. And there's the names.
And the purpose of putting in this photograph is to show what connection to this animation.
Wow, that's crazy. So this right here is the animation, but right before this, hold on, this is like a freeze frame from the actual, the real thing that happened. And then it just moved forward a little bit. You can see the VR recreation. That's crazy.
That's correct.
Miguel Abisu, the Southwest Ranch's wedding venue owner, facing 9 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for waving a gun at guests last year.
This is when he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
Did so in self-defense, he testified.
Standing right in his personal space, he still has not brought out his gun.
That is correct.
Placing the judge and the defendant's shoes.
Physical size difference, the age difference, and then he's grabbed.
Viewing the incident through Albisu's point of view.
Saying, get out, get out, get out.
As his defense attorney works to convince the judge to give his client immunity under Florida's Stand Your Ground law.
Wow. Now, if that's successful, that'd just be wild. I'm not saying it shouldn't be successful. I'm just saying to use that as a tool in court and have it hold up would just be, I don't know. This is pretty amazing.
I believe is the first time in the state of Florida, in a criminal or civil case, that virtual reality was admitted in evidence. And it may be the first time in the United States that virtual reality was admitted into a criminal hearing.
And again, that moment is all related to the stand your ground hearing. Think of it like a mini trial before the judge. So this will play out at least to the end of this week. If they do not hear all of those witnesses by then, the defense attorney says at last check with the court, they'll actually resume this proceeding in February. So let's say that they lose their argument with the judge, that argument being that our client should have immunity under Florida stand your ground law. And instead, the judge decides to move this to a jury trial. You can expect, from what I can understand from legal analysts, that this whole issue of involving such a new technology, virtual reality, and the experience that it generates and presented to a juror, that would likely have its own evidentiary hearing in a pre-trial moment if this does go before a jury with both sides litigating the use of technology. We'll have to see. Reporting live.
Okay, so from what I got, what I heard was the judge is hearing, it's like a little pretrial thing, and they're going to determine if they can use stand your ground or not. If the judge accepts that stand your ground is applicable in this case, then there's no trial. If he says, well, I can't make that determination right now, then it goes to a jury trial, and they got to look at the evidence and see, okay, guilty, innocent, what charges. Then it would go, if he gets convicted, to a judge for sentencing. If I got that wrong, y'all let me know in the comments, but I think that's what's happening here. From the looks of it, just looking at it right here, it appears to be a pretty good stand your ground case. And I don't think anybody got hurt. I think it was just like the gun got brandished. Even if somebody did get hurt at a certain point, if what they're saying is true, that he was confronted and it wasn't his fault, he didn't attack anybody, then yeah, that appears to be stand your ground. And the VR part of it just kind of really drives the point home, although that's not the primary piece of evidence. They got videos and pictures and everything else of the incident. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to technology really making leaps and bounds. I mean, this is crazy. If this makes sense to use, I say go ahead and use it. Now, I'm not trying to say you should just be able to make up stuff that didn't happen with no evidence to back it up. But if you have real pictures, real video, and you can recreate that in a form of technology that makes it make sense to someone who has the ability to determine, okay, maybe you're guilty, maybe you're not guilty. Maybe you should get this sentence or that sentence. Maybe I accept your stand your ground plea. Maybe I don't. If it can be used in that point of view and it makes sense, then hey, I say go for it. If not, then let's don't. Again, just to make anything up, and I'm pretty much good with it. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on VR headsets being used in the courtroom to determine stand your ground or not stand your ground in the great state of Florida? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's a pretty crazy thing, but hey, you know, technology, we use it for good. At one point, DNA testing did not exist. So you got guys being freed from the penitentiary because of new technology. All right, now somebody may see VR as like a video game and not really real, but again, you still got to have evidence, still got to have the pictures, videos, testimony, all that kind of stuff to create an environment for the judge to be able to go through to see things from the point of view of the defense, from the defense's client. You still have to have real things to back up the technology. It can't just be technology by itself without anything real, organic, and true to go along with it. Okay, DNA testing, you need the actual DNA, the physical evidence, a murder weapon or whatever the case may be to test. You got to have real things combined with artificial things, inorganic things, to make the inorganic thing be useful in a court proceeding. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.